Hello, and welcome once again to the world of running behind. I'm Joey Metzger, your host and head honcho in this world of slow running. Today, it's another crew access chat with Mario and Erik, and boy, has this show gone to the dogs. Actually, I mean that literally. We spend a fair amount of time talking about our furry best friends, including Erik's precious Hoka / TT that he just recently lost. And I would be remiss not to acknowledge what is going on in my precious city of Minneapolis. Thank you to everyone who has reached out to me or to us all here in the land of the North. These are my friends and my neighbors and my community that is so affected by what is going on, but I've never been more proud of us and the compassion and courage that we are showing to protect each other. We are strong and we will stand together. But now it's time for a little distraction. So put on those old Under Armour shoes, head out for your long run, because it's time to hit the trail.
We are having 2 bathrooms redone, and I have 4 kids under the age of 4 at my house right now.
Nice.
What?
Fun.
Whose other kids do you have, or you know? Did you guys have a couple more over the holidays? Quickly.
Marlena's cousin's redoing our bathrooms for us, and they're his kids.
Okay, now wait a minute. They're redoing your bathrooms in over the weekend?
Yeah, we demoed it last night. It's just redoing flooring and then some board and batten on the walls, but I didn't want to take the time to do it.
Oh my God. And this is all going to be done this weekend?
Supposedly. That's what I'm told.
And this is your wife's cousins?
Yep.
And this is what they do, or they just, we're looking...
They've bought and remodeled 2 of their own houses, so they're pretty familiar and skilled at this point.
Okay. All right.
I just did the bathroom this spring, and so I wouldn't say I'm skilled, but I'm experienced. So
yeah,
I don't have 3 weeks to work on flooring, so someone else is doing it.
Yeah, we just got our kitchen done. We did the fireplace finally. We've been in this house 13 years. We've never lit a fire in there. So we've been talking forever about putting a gas insert in. So we did that as they finished up the kitchen. It's been great. I like having a little fire. The dogs, I don't know if you can see the dogs behind me. They're all on the little couch there.
Just chilling.
Up next to the fire.
That's perfect.
But yeah, so I'm great. We're done with the house. Shit. I don't want to do anything more. She's like, well, except the bathrooms. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. 2026, the year of the bathrooms. We have 3 of them. They probably all need... I mean, they're fine, They're not horrible, but it's they could use new tiles. They could use probably new tubs and backsplashes and all that stuff and new sinks, but yeah.
Yeah, we just paid to get one of our bathrooms retiled last year, and I got to spend last night ripping that tile out. So super excited about that.
Wait, what now? What happened?
About the same.
My wife wanted to change it. I don't ask questions. I just cut checks.
You put it in. Oh God! You put it in last year, and this is what you're ripping out.
Yeah, so we have 3 bathrooms as well. We have I know you're not supposed to say master suite. I don't remember what the correct terminology is.
Ensuite, Erik. You have an ensuite.
Sorry. Yeah, the primary suite, I think, is what you're supposed to call it now. So the primary suite bathroom. We have that. That one's not getting touched. And then we have a second bathroom upstairs that the boys kind of use for baths and stuff. And then a downstairs guest bathroom. And... Okay. Hoka, who's the dog that I had to say goodbye to yesterday, for the last 2 years has had no control of his own bladder. Yeah. So when we leave for work, we would put him down there, and so that floor is not good. Oh. And so we planned to have that renovated once he was gone. Yeah. And then she decided that the brand new redone bathroom also needed to be redone. So here we are.
It's got to be the same. There's got to be continuity.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't agree. I'm just playing devil's advocate because that's
I know.
Here's too.
Here's what I say about bathrooms. Our kitchen, we redid that, and you guys know kitchen remodels these days are not cheap. I took out of our retirement and just said, screw it, because it's like, whatever. Let's enjoy this now. We love our house. We like where we're at. We like almost everything about it except the kitchen. And I got to tell you guys, this is a game changer. I just love it so much. Best money I've ever spent. It's amazing because we spend so much time in it. Bathrooms, I mean, getting older, I might spend a little bit more time in there, but my God, it don't spend that much time in the bathroom. What do you need in there? Just as long as it's clean, right?
Different floors, I guess.
Oh, hey, Erik, are you up for talking about, was it Hoka? What was the dog's name?
Yeah, it was Hoka.
Oh, God. Yep. Are you up for talking about Hoka? Is it too soon?
No, I'd love to talk about it.
Yeah. I wrote down notes, and the first thing I wrote is I want to hear some more about Erik's dog. So the dog's name was Hoka, named after the shoe?
Yeah, so Hoka has a pretty unique story. Marlena's aunt and uncle live in the town that Mario lives in, and they have a county road that runs right in front of their house, and then they have like a community park probably 20 yards away from their house. And this little black, half Chihuahua, half Min Pin, I guess less than half, but he was like the muttest of mutts.
Yeah.
And he was showing up there for like 2 weeks straight. So they started giving him water and food, and then eventually just brought him to their house. And they text us, and they're like, would you guys be interested in this dog? We have a second dog named Bentley that Marlena had. He was like 6 months old when we started dating. She had just recently got him when we started dating. And now, at this point in time, we'd been talking about getting a second dog. So we're like, yeah, we'd love to. We did posted him in the Facebook groups, made sure he wasn't someone's, reported him to the police, checked for a chip, and nothing. And he was withering away. So we're like, okay, he's our dog now.
Yep.
And this was probably shortly before COVID, so probably late, like the fall of 2019.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I used to be a big Hoka guy, so I named him Hoka. We have a bad habit of like naming our dogs and then calling them something completely different.
Oh.
So his name was Hoka.
Okay.
That I kind of just started calling him Teton, like the mountain, one day. And then that got shortened up to TT. So TT. Hoka actually went by TT.
So Hoka, Teton, TT.
Yep.
That's great.
He was our.
Do you know? You don't know how old he was then, or what did the vet say? I'm assuming you took him in at some point.
Well, when we found him, first thing we did was go get him shots. He wasn't neutered, so we went and took care of that. Okay. And just got like a full kind of blood work, full checkup, like what's going on with this dog. Let's try to get him healthy here.
Yeah.
They figured at that time he was 10 to 12.
Okay.
And their best guess is that he was probably a stud dog in a puppy mill who had served his purpose, and so they dumped him.
They dumped him.
Yeah, because when we got him, he would not sleep in anything except for a kennel. Our dogs sleep in our bed. Yeah. And they're like another child to us. So, yeah. And he wouldn't. He would only sleep in the kennel, and he wasn't housebroken, obviously. And so when he would go number 2, he would back his butt up into the corner and kind of poop through the kennel. And they figured that was either he never got to leave his kennel, so it was get it out of here, or he was in like a room, and so he'd poop kind of up against the corner so that he still had plenty of space to live in. So
doesn't that break your heart? That's, Ricky, you guys remember Ricky, who passed on, and Howie too. They both, same thing, Erik, lived in a cage, and Ricky would circle because like he lived in a cage, so he would do this little circle. We've got a foster dog right now. She's the kind of blonde one there.
Oh, yep.
Her name's Franny. She's only about 9 months old. She's from a puppy mill too. And she does the thing that some of those dogs do. She tries to eat her poop. Because sometimes when they live in a kennel, they don't want to lay down in their poop, and they'll eat it.
Yep.
And it tastes like their food.
Yeah.
We are trying to teach her not to do that. And, of course, housebreaking her and stuff. So we're fostering her. She is not staying. I'm like, this dog is great. I like our dogs. 3 is too many. It's just too many. Yeah, but she's got all that puppy energy. She's pretty cute. So Hoka, how old do you think then she was, Erik? Maybe
he was. I assume he was 15 to 17.
Wow. Okay.
Jeez.
So.
Okay.
He had that little bit of Chihuahua in him, so he can live a little bit.
Yeah. When did he? You said he was blind and deaf, and
yeah, he was just it. The last 2 years have been pretty rough. From the moment we got him, his hip would lock up. Yeah. I don't know if that was from his previous occupation or how he had to live or whatever. But so like for the last 3 years, probably, when we'd go on family walks, Jack's stroller had like a little carrier part underneath it, so I'd tuck Hoka's bed in there, and like he didn't really get to go on walks. Like he would come with us on walks, but he couldn't walk very well. Yeah. He's been deaf for probably a year. Okay. He always had a heart murmur from the time we got him. Yeah. And so he wasn't super, his energy really went up and down pretty rapidly. Okay. But he was loyal. He was nice.
How's everybody taking it? I mean, it's just, for us, it's, as you know, it's absolutely devastating. We're just paralyzed when that happens.
Yeah, Jack never really has had an interest in our dogs that much, and luckily he's young enough that I don't think he'll ever remember. Okay. Marlena, kind of towards the end of Hoka's life, was kind of over cleaning up pee 5 times a day. Yeah. And whatnot, but she's sad. And then he was my first like dog. Yeah. So we had a dog growing up. Marlena had Bentley when we started dating, but this was the first dog that was like I made the conscious effort to take on. So it's been the hardest on me for sure.
I'm so sorry. You texted me that. I'm in a meeting yesterday at work with the chief people officer, all the leaders of HR, some of them in the room, some of them on the call. And I glance out at my phone and I'm like, I cannot start crying in the middle of this meeting. Cannot start crying. They'll think I'm just wacko. Oh, so sad.
He did this little thing where he was a tiny little dog. Like, a healthy weight for him was 6 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
And so he would always curl up like really small in his beds. And so as I was driving him to the vet yesterday, I brought his bed and let him ride shotgun for his last ride. Yeah. And he did his little curl in my front seat. So I got one last picture of that, and that was pretty special for me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It's too sad. Do you have other dogs? You said your dogs all sleep in the bed with you, so do you have other dogs then, Erik?
Yeah. Bentley's still around. He's still only around? Like 7. Yep. Okay. He's like a kind of a mutt as well. Yeah. He was like Marlena's really distant relatives had a dachshund and a chihuahua on a farm, and they somehow mated. Oh. So we have a Chiweenie.
A Chiweenie. Yeah. I think that's what we'll call this episode, the Chiweenie episode. Chiweenie. And do you have so Bentley and then another one besides that?
No, it was just Bentley and Hoka when I was referring to dogs.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Is Bentley, here's the other thing, when we lose dogs, they bond so much. Will Bentley be sad? Is Bentley sad so far, or can't tell?
So Bentley would sleep at my feet in the bed, and Hoka would sleep at Marlena's feet, and they didn't really deviate. And last night, Bentley slept on Hoka's old blanket. And today, he's been on the couch in Hoka's old blanket. Yeah. And so, and he hasn't been super active, so I think he knows.
Lexi, when Ricky passed, she was right beside him. We did it in the house, and she went into depression until we brought Howie home. When we brought Howie home, she's like, wait, what? What have you done? But now her and Howie, they cannot get enough of each other. They just cuddle together. And now the foster dog, of course, is like all over the place. It was like, hey. And then Howie, he's still, he just turned 7. But he's with this new dog in the house. He's acting like a puppy. He's just going crazy, puppy energy. But yeah, are you guys gonna get? Well, you think you'll get another at some point, or are you just gonna stick with Bentley for a while?
We'll get another eventually. I think it'll be a year or two. Try and get kids out of diapers. And William actually started crawling on Christmas Eve.
Really?
So what I'd like is for them to be a little bit older and like let them pick out their dog to kind of be theirs.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Mario, you guys have a dog, right?
Yeah, we have Minnie. She's gonna be 8 in June, which is just wild. She was my first. I mean, we had a dog in high school growing up, and we got the dog because I really wanted a dog. And she was free when the one we had in high school, and she was like a mutt and just the best dog. And then I kept pushing for a dog, and my wife finally relented once we bought a house. And so we got Minnie, and she's the best dog. We've talked about getting a second dog. But who knows? It would have to be the right fit. Minnie is also she's kind of a one dog, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
She tolerates other dogs, but there is no one dog that she can long term stand. She's more cat like than she is dog. So Roy has been asking
some
for
dogs
a cat
are like that
nonstop. He's been
really?
He's got his mind made up. He is getting a cat. And
why the cat? What started with the cat?
I don't know.
Does he know they poop in the house? Come on.
No, we aren't cat people. I do like cats. I'm mildly allergic to cats as well. I'm not a cat person per se, but I do like cats. I have no idea where to begin. But he's convinced he's going to get a cat soon. So maybe 2026 is the year of the cat.
Oh God. Our cat.
I'm getting Roy for his birthday in 2026.
Oh, don't you dare.
I'll go in with you. Let's go in together.
There we go.
I'd get on board with the drum set. I'd get on board with that. We rock out all the time. So.
Yeah, drum set's not doesn't
I'd get another dog before a cat. So I don't know, the pictures of puppies and like rescue Aussies have been popping up.
What breed is Minnie?
She's a mini Australian Shepherd.
Okay.
So she's actually kind of big for like the mini classification. She's on the upper end. She's a small standard Australian Shepherd. Okay. But both of her parents were minis. She's bigger than both of her parents were by about 10 pounds. Wow. So, I think she's a lot smaller than she is. But we love Australian Shepherds. They're super smart.
Yes, they are.
I'm pretty sure if they could talk, they would just never stop talking. I'm sure. And correct you all the time when you're wrong. So
yes, they would do like calculus if they could talk because they're very smart. Yeah,
they'd be the physicists and chemical engineers and
exactly. So you'd get another one, or would you get a different breed?
I would get another Australian Shepherd. My wife wanted a mini Aussie because she was supposed to be like 25 to 30 pounds. Instead, she's like 35, 40 pounds. So
just feed her less, Yeah, we're going down to one meal a day, Minnie. Got to get you looking more like your name.
Well, she's been running with me recently to steer her back to running, if we will. But she's been going for a couple of miles at a time.
Really?
Yeah, she's been.
That's so cool.
She's got like this resurgence of energy.
You run with Bentley? Is Bentley a running dog or no?
Bentley will do like a half mile at a time, and then he just kind of plops down, waits for you to carry him home. We have as you know, we've got Cocker Spaniels, and that's our breed. And we don't run with our dogs. They barely like to walk. It's just like that would not work. No, we don't run with them. No. I'm always admirable, though, of everybody on Instagram and Strava who's posting photos where they run every day with their dogs. Why is my phone blowing up? Sorry. What's going on? I think that's really cool. So that's cool, Mario, that you're
I call it the mini loop. It's like a 3/4 mile loop around the pathways around my house. And she knows where to go. And we get to there's a point in the run where if we go right, we head back to the house, or if we go straight, it's like a out and back. And lately I always let her choose because, she's 7 and you only get so many walks with them. So I always just let her choose the way. And then lately she's been choosing to keep going. Yeah,
nice.
Which is cool.
Nice. Do you guys, one more dog question and then we can move on to some other stuff. Do you both do walks with now just Bentley? Do you do walks in the winter throughout the winter?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do?
I don't. Bentley's got a really thin coat,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like wearing like accessory coats.
Yeah.
So
same with the Cocker Spaniels. Like when that gets really icy and cold on their feet, they just hate it. So we don't typically do walks in the winter. This foster dog is like we're trying to teach her to literally it's kind of hilarious. Like you put a leash on the dog just sinks down to the floor. It's like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening? Someone's going to, I don't know what she's thinking or what that means to her, but somehow is traumatized by it. So I've been literally putting on her harness and a leash and letting her just loose her out the house so she just gets used to it. I might try to take her for a little walk this afternoon just around the block just to see how she does. But yeah, we typically don't, Erik, do walks with our dogs in the winters either. A little bit in the summer, and not long walks. They're not, boy, if I go more than 4 blocks, they're pretty much like
enough of
their
this.
little legs. Yeah, their little legs. They're not really athletic dogs. I think the English Cockers are a little bit more athletic and lean and taller, but. So I was going to tell you guys a little bit about not last night, Thursday night, resolution night, and then I don't know, we'll just shoot the shit and talk about what we're doing. I emailed you guys that idea. We can talk about that, and we should talk about Storm the Park. Mario, have you signed up? I haven't signed up yet. Have you signed up?
I have not signed up yet. I do plan to.
Okay.
Though.
All right. So first resolution night. That was fun. We were a little worried about the weather, but it was just rain, so it was great. Tiffany reached out, and I was like, no, it looks like it's just rain. It's not going to freeze. So work's been crazy busy. Our company acquired another company, and we told everyone it's coming back to the office next Tuesday. They have to be in the office 3 days a week. And so literally the last 9 months have been me preparing all of our facilities for people to come back. I'm like I just texted the guy, I've got people in the office this weekend installing workstations, and I'm like crossing my fingers, everything's ready. But so I was a little frantic, but I did write a speech. And, because I don't know if I told you guys, but me and a couple of my former actor friends, as we're getting older, we're like, we should do some like keynote speaking because we're actors. We, used to speaking in front of people, but you got to come up with good material. You got to have something to say, right? My wife and I have a friend, Viv Whitfield, and she's great. She's brilliant. She's from South Africa. She's got this great accent. We like to just hear her talk. But she wrote a book, and it's about corporate feedback in the corporate environment, giving and taking that. And she does professional, speaking. And so she came with my wife, Erin, to watch me. And I'm like, oh God, I'm going to get notes. But I rehearsed it. I was feeling really good. It's like, I've been on stage a lot. And I got down there, was awesome. Bill and Mandy were there. Heather, I don't know if you know Heather, from Strava. I think you guys might be linked to her.
I'm pretty sure she did Storm the Day in October.
She also did her first 50K at Fire Tower this year too. And she spoke, Mandy spoke, John, if you know, yep. Jason Reeves' buddy John. Erik, they ran together with us the same day at Afton. They did the 50K. Remember, they just like barely missed the first cutoff by 5 minutes and then did the second loop and finished.
Yep.
But so they were all speaking. So it started with John, and then it was Mandy, me, and then Heather finished it up. And so I've got my thing prepared. So I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. It's like, okay, this is my chance to kind of try out what it's like to be like a little keynote, little motivational speech. I don't have a ton to talk about, but it's trail running. I'm like, perfect. And then I work in my 2 life philosophies. One is assume positive intent, and the other is leap and the net will appear. And I'm like, perfect. They're both great for trail running. And so throw in some of my optimism, and I've got lots of little stories, and things. So I rehearse it. I've got my notes. I got my stuff. And John starts, and he's just brilliant. I mean, it's like, first of all, like the day before, Tiffany goes, send me your PowerPoints. And I looked my wife, Erin, and I'm like, oh, shit. PowerPoint. Oh, shit. I don't have a PowerPoint. So I was up late the night before creating a 4-slide PowerPoint. So they've all got these PowerPoints. Like John was great. He did all of David Letterman, top 10 from the Lincoln, Nebraska home office, top 10 things you should know about trail running. And number 10 is you will fall. And we all had to repeat that. He was really good. And Tiffany was great introducing everybody. But immediately I'm like, oh God, and then Mandy does hers, and she's got all these great slides of all of her DFL finishes where she's either like last or second to last. It's just fantastic. You've heard some of Mandy's stories from the pod I did with her and Bill. And I'm sitting there going, I'm going to look like a dweeb because I look like Tony Robbins and these guys are just, speaking from the heart. And I'm like, but so I get up there and right away, I'm like, on stage, we call it going up. So when an actor goes on stage and you forget your lines, you just go up. And I got up there and I said my first, sentence, and not that I had everything. It wasn't like memorized word for word, but I kind of knew the points I was going to hit and had a pretty good idea how I was going to say it. After the first sentence, I went up. I was like, who the F am I? What am I doing here? What? So I had to go back to my notes and my phone. I'm like, oh God, this is just going to be a disaster. But it was fine. I mean, it was fine. My wife, she was very nice. She was like, oh, it was great. She enjoyed it. So it was fine, but I was like, I'm sure I stuck out like a sore thumb because everybody else was just speaking from the heart. And here's me doing my best Tony Robbins with.
But those philosophies are from your heart.
They are from my heart. And it was a long drive back, hour and a half drive back by myself. My wife rode with our friend Viv. And so I just beat the crap out of myself the whole way home. And then about halfway home, I was like, oh, that's fine. Just relax. It wasn't perfect. It was good. I've learned some things. So this is what I would do different. And I thought next time I will know my audience better. I will be less stuck to like a speech or a structure and be more flexible. Just come in with some ideas, things I want to talk about, and then kind of feel out the other speakers and fill out the audience. And so it was a learning experience. But Tiffany, everybody down there, just fantastic. That's a nice little store. And they have some great, for being a small store, they have some great brands and great products. I was like, holy cow. That's a nice little resource down there in Rochester. We almost don't have, we got Twin City Running and Fleet Feet, but that's a great resource down there. So, yeah, it was fun. It was good.
I'm sure you did great. All the feedback I've seen on social media is that you did awesome. So
I did.
You're always your toughest critic.
Yeah,
so
I am.
true.
Well, I told my wife that. I walked in the door and I was like, well, that was kind of crap. And she's like getting mad at me. And I'm like, just don't listen to me. I'm really hard critic on myself. I haven't been on stage in a while and I was a little rusty, a little nervous. I'll be fine. I'm learning. I want to do this, some more. So I'm just learning. So.
Can you talk a little bit more about the event? So obviously people spoke, but was it just kind of like a get-together goal setting kind of deal?
Kind of. So they open up this, I think the store closes at 6, so it's kind of an after-hours event. And they brought in different, like Bill and Mandy had a table, kind of like a fair. So like a vendor fair. So they had the Driftless Trail organization. They had Girls Who Run. They had a physical therapist company there. Bill and Mandy were there. And they had little giveaways. And, we're handing out information. And you could shop in the store. They had some deals going on and stuff like that. And then it was, a little over an hour of 4 of us just kind of telling our stories. Heather was, I told you what Mandy did. Heather was great. I did not know this about Heather, but she deals with some really serious chronic illnesses. And so she told her story and wow, I was, and I've heard like from some of my guests, oh guys, I got to tell you, I interviewed Wes Cornett. You're going to have to follow him on Instagram. the other night. Maybe I've told you about him, but I just am so impressed with Heather and these other people that are dealing with these chronic illnesses and yet are able to do 50Ks, do 100Ks, 100-milers, or, not even that, just get out there consistently and run. I'm like, oh my God, you're 1,000 times better runner than I am, and you're dealing with all this crap. How worthless am I? But
and I'm pretty sure she whooped me in Storm today.
Really?
I think didn't she get 50 miles?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, I'd have to go back and check, but
yeah. But yeah, just inspiring. It was really inspiring. It was fun. Next time I'll be a little more flexible and a little more relatable. I think people enjoyed it for the most part, but but it is what it is. I actually reached out to Heather. Oh, here's the other great thing too. This is always kind of thrilling. One of Mandy's friends, her name is Erin, same as my wife, afterwards came up to me and was like, "Hi, I'm a fan of the podcast. I always wanted to meet you." And I'm like, who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? I'm like, "Oh, seriously?" She's like, "Yes, I've listened to all the episodes." I was like, that was awesome. So I connected with her. She's got a good story. I may reach out to her for an interview at some point. And then, guys, I met this awesome guy and his mom. His name is Noah. He lives in Florida. He was up there with his mom at the event. And he's maybe in his 20s or so. Noah has autism, but he just ran the Chicago Marathon. And he lives in Florida. His roommate is this guy, and I think he has Down syndrome, and I think he's the first person with Down syndrome to complete an Ironman. And I'm like, what? And they do stuff with Special Olympics. I'm like, okay, dude, we are so connecting. And I'm like, Noah, do you think you would want to be on the pod? And he's like, yeah. And he starts telling me these stories of somebody in his group he was running with at Chicago. And he's like, yeah, that guy, he was just saying all these crazy movie quotes the whole time as we were running. And I'm like, no, you're so inspiring. So I want to connect with him. I gave him my Instagram information. So we're going to connect and try to get him on the pod too. But yeah, so that was really thrilling. Probably my favorite part of the night, meeting those guys. Yeah, I interviewed Wes Cornett the other night, and I don't want to give it all away. But actually, this episode will come out after people hear Wes's, so whatever. But this will be old news by then. Wes was great. He was a character, man. We just started off, like I said, the first 20 minutes I think was all Stranger Things. Which, by the way, did you guys watch Stranger Things? Are you fans? Not a fan? Mario?
Never got into it.
Really? I haven't watched it, mostly... Okay. Not out of spite. That's not the right word. I also still haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Okay, that's fine.
And so it's like those movies. It's like they've been hyped so much in my life that I'm afraid if I watch them, they're going to be disappointing, and it's not going to live up to the hype. So
sure.
I've seen clips.
Okay. I'll explain Stranger Things. Wes and I, the first 10 minutes of the podcast, he starts out, the first thing he says to me, I just got done doing a TED Talk of Stranger Things. I'm like, oh, dude, this is going to go well because we had just watched the finale this last week. Stranger Things to me, it's kind of like, remember Goonies? Did you ever see that movie, The Goonies?
Yes.
It's kind of like The Goonies meets Stand By Me, these young kids. And then it's set in 80s nostalgia. Literally like the main years of the show are set in 85, 86, 87. I graduated in 86. And my wife's younger than me, but she still relates to all of that. And so we were watching it, digging the music. I remember the first time that Kate Bush song, Running Up That Hill, which you probably have heard by now. When that came on, my wife was like, oh, what's that? I'm like, no, seriously. I'm like, 80s? I was listening to that song all the time. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it was great. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. It might not be for everybody, and I don't know. If you haven't watched it, that's fine. But yeah, so we started talking about that, and then we got into Wes's history in the Air Force. He was a special warfare operator in the Air Force. Just crazy how he got into the Air Force and shot at like almost every other day. He was in Afghanistan, so we talked about that. He's about 3.5 years sober. He had a long battle with that. He also suffers, with mental health issues, PTSD. And then he was diagnosed last year with Lewy body dementia, which my mother-in-law had, and sadly she had passed away from that. And so we started talking about that. His doctors now think he doesn't have that, which I'm like very thankful for, because that's pretty much a fatal disease. It's just a matter of time. But they think, he's still dealing with all these other issues where he just passes out. He cannot, what did he call it? Autodyskinesia. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but I'll have to look up the pronunciation. But these different things that go on with him where he trips a lot, he has trouble remembering things. He thinks it could be from CTE. He also got Lyme disease when he was hiking on the Appalachian Trail. Back in 2020 during COVID, he just decided he was going to hike the Appalachian Trail. He was kind of going through a divorce and a life change. He's like living with his folks down in Kentucky. He's like, I'm going to go hike the Appalachian Trail. Like, who does that, right? That's crazy. But yeah, it was a good interview. Really interesting. So, you know who my next guest is? Erik, it's the guy you told me about.
Dakota?
Yeah. What's his last name?
I just know him as Coda Runs.
Yeah, Dakota Runs. I got to ask him what his last name is. I don't even know. I know his name is Dakota, but I reached out to him. He didn't respond for a long time, and we don't have a date set yet, but then he did respond and said, yeah, absolutely, let's do a pod. So
he just posted a reel pretty recently that he took a break from his social media kind of stuff. For like personal reasons, whatever was going on, he was taking a break, but he was starting again back at it. So that's really cool that you got him back. That you got him on the pod. That's
well,
awesome.
we're getting close to Coca. It's at that time. Couch to Cocodona. Now I got to ask him. I guess I'll find out. I assume he's got an entry or right.
I think so. He lives in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
So I think he watched Cocodona 2025 and got super jazzed on it and signed up.
Okay.
So I do believe he's in.
All right. Yeah. Because I know, my buddy Ben Mead, when it sold out what did it sell out in? I don't know if it was minutes or
3
hours.
minutes.
Yeah.
Was it really that quick?
Less than 10 minutes.
That is insane.
In 10 minutes, I believe the wait list was already 1,500 people long or something. It's the numbers behind that race are crazy now.
That's crazy. Yeah, Ben got into it. By the way, I reached out to Ben earlier in December because we haven't chatted. I hadn't heard anything. And I pinged him and I'm like, hey, let's check in and see how you're doing. I already got my ticket for Cocodona. I got my airline ticket all booked. I'm ready. And I didn't hear anything. And then finally, right around Christmas, he did ping me back. And he sent an email out last week to his crew. He's like, I'm in. I'm doing it. What do people want to do? And so I reached back out to him last week. And I'm like, awesome. I said, I got my ticket. I'm like, here's the deal. I'm going to rent a Verbo in Sedona. I'm going to rent a car. Whatever you need me to do. Crew. I said pacing. I told him, I said, I'm probably not good for pacing the running sections. Let me know when you're really tired, and those are the sections that I'll pace you on. But yeah, so we're in. We're going to do it. I'm super excited. It's going to be fun because I don't have the pressure of doing it myself, of, getting all freaked out about, I got to go 250 miles. No, I got to pace them 10 miles here, 15 miles there, and stuff like that, and just be on his crew. So I really just need to, focus. And plus, I've never crewed anybody. You guys have crewed each other on stuff, right? Well, Erik, you crewed Mario for the backyard.
Yeah.
I've never crewed anybody or helped anybody, so it'll be fun to just kind of be there to help him get it done.
I haven't crewed any one individual. I shouldn't say that. I did crew my friend Ian at the last runner standing in Duluth. I think that was 2019.
Okay.
But that was essentially just, they all come back to the same, kind of just like what Erik did for me at Elm Creek Backyard.
Yeah.
But then I volunteered at Wild Duluth, the sweatshirt that I'm wearing today.
Nice.
I volunteered at Wild Duluth quite a few times. So not one runner individually, but being an aid station worker and just understanding what runners need at different points in the race.
That's how I met Erik in real life, at an aid station. I came up to an aid station. He's like, "Hey, I know you from Strava." I'm like, "What, Erik?"
Here we are.
I need to. This is the year of me doing a little more volunteer work. Here's what I want to do is go volunteer out at Afton, because I do not want to run that. Every year it's always 1,000,000,000 degrees and humid. Not running that thing this year. I don't know if we want to talk about our races we're doing. Erik's already signed up for his entire season, right?
No, I have one race I got to figure out.
Okay, let's talk races. So, Erik, you're the one who's signed up for everything. Tell us your season that you signed up for and the one you got to figure out yet.
Well, so like our last episode, we talked about my race season.
Yeah.
And I was like, probably taking a year off from 50Ks, probably doing Fire Tower. The only thing I followed through on is we'll be doing Storm the Park.
Okay.
And I dropped our distance on that. We'll be doing the
25K? Is it a 25K at Storm the Park?
I think it's a 15K. I think it's like a 9-miler.
Is that all it is? 15K?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And so, yeah, I'm signed up for that.
Okay.
Excited for that. I'm the last one of us who hasn't done a storm race, so I'm excited to get down there.
Yep.
And have that experience. And then I was just thinking about, what do I want to do in the fall? We got a seasonal campsite for our, pull behind camper.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what's going to get me excited and, keep me motivated to get away from the camper this summer? It's got to be something that, whatever. And I was just feeling the pull towards the Superior Hiking Trail once again. And I despise lotteries. I think it's dumb. I don't know. I just don't like them. So that kind of threw out the Rocksteady races for me. So I'm going back to Wild Duluth 50K.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's on the Superior Hiking Trail, right? It's very similar terrain to those. Mario, you've done the races farther up north on the Superior Hiking Trail. It's a very similar terrain, right?
Yeah.
You got to imagine.
Actually, in my opinion, the Wild Duluth course is, I'd call it more punchy than when I did the Superior Spring 50K. I mean, that was that there were just more longer sustained uphill and downhill sections, whereas Superior Hiking Trail down in Jay Cook State Park is much more kind of just jagged, more
death by 1,000 cuts.
Yes.
Instead of a couple big slices, it's death by 1,000 punchy climbs. Wonderful. So you're signed up for that, Erik? You're doing that?
I'm in.
And you sent the dates. I got to look at my calendar so we can. Mario, you're going up there?
It's the 17th or 18th of October.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I'll be going up there and crewing Erik, and I told him that I'd get him to his first sub 8 hour 50.
Yeah. And that's a tough course. That's not Fire Tower. Man. I'd like to do a sub 8 hour 50K, but it'd probably have to be something flat like Fire Tower. Oh.
I have to find an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah,
but I was talking to Mario. We went out and did a run at Lake Mariah that was heinous the other day.
Yes.
And
tell me about it. What were you guys doing? What were you thinking? Wasn't it full of snow? What?
It was, but they run a snowmobile around
to
pack the snow in.
Okay.
And I think if we had gone a week earlier, it would have been a nice, crusty, hard pack snow that you could have run on. We went shortly after, did it snow that Thursday?
Yeah, we got
or Wednesday, and then we went out on a Saturday.
Inches. Yep.
And so it packed. They had run the snowmobile out there. Actually, we saw the guy who drives the DNR snowmobile around to pack the trails. But it was weird. Parts of the trail would be perfect, and then all of a sudden, your next footstep, you're up to your knee, and there's just no traction, and it was not really fun.
It was like a false surface every step. I relate it to styrofoam. but you step in like the whole part of the styrofoam where it's thinner than the rest of it.
Oh yeah, I hate that. No, I don't like running in the snow, guys. I don't. I like my treadmill. My treadmill. And I was doing really well until this week at work was so crazy. I was doing, my wife Erin, me and her brother and his husband. We're all like doing like this. We're trying to do like a 100-day challenge, and so I was doing great. Now I've missed like 3 days, so I'm like, so I'm gonna have to make up time somehow. I'm gonna have to adjust my rules and say I got to do so many per week and try to make them up. It was supposed to be like every day.
Other way. We should have turned right instead of gone left when we hit the trail.
Oh yeah, it was better.
It was There was just more traffic, so it was packed a little better, but still wasn't great. But
yeah.
What we need to do is just get cross-country skis or snowshoes.
I think we say that every year, though. We've said that every year for like the last 4 years or so.
I just sold my cross-country skis I bought last year. I bought us these skis. We got the boots, the poles, all this stuff.
You did lessons, too, didn't you?
We did lessons.
Didn't you commit to lessons last year?
I think his name was Greg. He was mean. We hated Greg. And then I went out myself a couple of times. We brought him. We went up north last year to Lutsen for around my birthday. We like to take a little trip up north. Brought Ricky. Ricky was doing great at that point. Little Ricky and Lexi, and brought the skis. They never left the top of that car. They stayed right up there. And we rented some snowshoes. We had a blast. So I bought us some snowshoes, and that's what we're going to do. Because that's, to me, you know what, we can't figure out the skiing thing. That's fine. We like the snowshoes. It's great exercise. We're on the same trails, on the SHT and stuff up there, up by Lutsen. So we really had a blast with those. Those were great and good exercise. So I bought us those. So we are actually going back. She just booked a place up near... is it Gooseberry Falls? So not as far up north as Lutsen. Nice little, place out in the woods there, and right on the trails to, the SHT and stuff. So, yeah.
Is that Tofty?
I don't know the exact town, Eric. I'd have to look and see.
There's a really good cafe in Tofty if that's where you end up.
Okay.
So I got a recommendation.
Please text me. I will take that recommendation. So,
when's your birthday?
February 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm January 20th.
Oh, so nice. Are you Capricorn or are you Aquarius?
I'm right on the line, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't really care. I'm sorry. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like everybody always asks that, but at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I don't know. I'm Aquarius. What does that mean? Does that mean anything? I don't.
The people who care really care, the people who don't care really don't care.
They do.
So.
They do care, and that's fine. That's great. So Eric, you're doing Storm in the Park. You're doing Wild Duluth 50K. What is this other, you say you've got to fill in? Is it before, after?
In the
You're going to do the 50K at Afton? Is that what I'm hearing?
No. I want to just do something to April to October is a long time to go without actually racing, practicing aid stations, practicing your race day nutrition, carrying it, what you need to pack, that. So in the back of my mind, fan 6 hours, even after all the crap I talked on that. So important lesson, my takes evolve based on time and new information. So don't take what I say too serious all the time, but I think that'd be fun if you guys both do it. It would just be a fun day of running with friends. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards that.
Awesome.
Running's kind of about community and everything. So it's I don't want to go I'm not going to go run Afton 25K by myself. I'll tell you that much.
Well, and I look at it this way. I mean, Mario, you've got your goals for that. I'm doing the 24-hour. I think you're doing the 24-hour too. I'm going to set up a tent. It's going to be a good chance for me to see what it's like to go 24 hours. I probably end up taking a nap or two. I'm not looking to break 100 miles. That's not my capability probably right now. But I do want to break 100 kilometers. I think that would be really cool. And that's a goal I've set for myself, 24 hours, 100 kilometers. I think 62 miles would be, I mean, how cool is that, guys? I did 100K. Mario's probably got bigger goals than that, but that for me, I think that's a realistic goal, even with resting. And Erik, yeah, it's a 2-mile loop, but if I can do that 2-mile loop and get 100 kilometers, it'll be a lot easier to do like a Javelina 100K where you're doing a 20-mile loop. So it's just like, I think I could check a lot of boxes off by doing it. And I'm going to have fun. I'm going to relax. I'm not going to have a lot of pressure. Here's the other thing too is, in Mario, I don't know what your plan is. Erik, it's really fun too. Like what I did last year is every 3 laps, I changed shoes, completely changed outfits. I came there with like 6 pairs of shorts. This is for like a 12-hour event. And I had like all these, if I ever do get the damn film done, my film was going to be the race of 1,000 hats, because every lap I changed hats. So I was filming all of that, and it's just fun to just go at your own pace. My friend's husband made me a whole like 1.5 pounds of, he does his own bacon. So it's all smoked. It's in the freezer. I'm going to cook that up. I'm going to be eating a little slice every lap. It's just really fun to like, pace yourself and just relax and try I'm going to try a bunch of different shoes. Just have fun.
See, and I kind of figure if I go out and do the 6 hour, within 6 hours I can do a marathon on a flat 2-mile loop.
Yes.
So that'd be a nice run.
Yep.
I can practice my nutrition. Like I can just wear my vest and not stop every lap and kind of practice nutrition. And then when I'm done, I can crew for you guys, join you for a couple loops, do whatever, kind of hang out, make a day out of it for all of us.
And we all start at the same time. So that first 6 hours, we could totally be hanging out, running laps together too. Mm-hmm. And they have David has it set up great with aid stations. They have one simple one, and then they have one that, like, even with the 6 hour, you'll already get some pizza, some Subway sandwiches, cookies. I mean, this main aid station he has is phenomenal. So the food is real. It's good. Yeah, I think you would really enjoy it. And I'll tell you, you get a special medal if you get a marathon in 6 hours, because I mean, you're gonna have to. It's a good goal.
And I owe him one because he gave us those ice pops at Afton when we were both cooked. So.
Oh yeah, David is awesome, guys. He's 67 and he is kicking our asses. Every time I'm on his drive, I'm like, my God, he's out doing some crazy race in New Mexico or Arizona or someplace. David's amazing. He's my idol. I want to do half of what he's doing in the next 10 years. That would be great. Mario, so you're looking for something in between April, and you just got to figure that out. Maybe fans 6 hour. I think I'm voting for that, because it's right at the end of May. Hopefully not too hot. I'm knocking on courts here. Hopefully not too hot. Last year the temperature was perfect. It was absolutely great. Mario, what have you got figured out?
So I was just doing some calculations while you guys were talking about fans.
Doing calculus?
Because well, more or less algebra. I took I'm also doing the Storm the Park, that 15K with you guys.
Yep.
And then I wanted to do fans last year, but just timing wise, the build up training and everything didn't really work out. So that's my A goal for this year is fans 24 hour. I'd like to say that my goal is 100 miles. And so I was just doing some calculations. You had mentioned, I'll probably sleep during Storm the Day. That one's a little bit different because you're not on a paved surface, more like uneven, and there's a lot more turns, and you're using more. It's
like 75% trail, maybe 80% trail, just that little paved section at the end. Yeah,
and so realistically, what I did there is every 4.5 to 5 hours, I just laid down and slept for 15, 20 minutes, and then woke up, rehydrated. It ended up being like a 45-minute break. And so I figure I'll do that every 5.5, 6 hours or so, which puts me having to really run 24 hours or run 100 miles in 21 hours. If you break it down that way. And so I'd have to run 1240 miles, 12 minutes and 40 seconds per mile.
You'd have to average that?
Average that over the course of that 21 hours to run 100 miles.
Well,
so that's lofty, but I think it's doable as long as I come up with a plan and stick to that plan. And that's the fatal flaw in every runner's training plan is come race day, all bets are off and anything can and probably will happen. Just how you adapt to it.
Think about this, and I didn't know there would be math, so I don't have my calculator out. But you said you'd have to run 12:40, but that's when you're running. That's
Correct.
not your average. So when you're resting. 12:40 gets you to 21 hours or whatever you're
Correct.
saying, right? Yeah.
Yep, it's 14.
So that's
14
very
minutes
achievable.
And 40 seconds.
I think that's achievable for you. I really do. Because there's not much elevation gain. I was like walking the hills, jogging down, and I was doing 13, 14-minute mile. Easy. And I wasn't even trying. I was just literally lollygagging because I knew I'd have to leave after 8 hours. And what did I get, Erik? I think I got 26 miles after 8 hours. Mm-hmm. And I was totally taking my time. And it was kind of warm, so I was cooling down and just stopping every lap I stopped. If I'm pushing, a little bit harder, I wouldn't have to stop every lap. Every other one would be fine.
Well, and Joey, like you had said, you wonder how you could do or what you could do in 24 hours. That's the kind of thought. After I had stormed the day, I ran for 10 hours and 40-some minutes, and I called it early because I wanted to pack up the tent and then drive home and get home at a certain time before it got too late. And so I packed up. I mean, we all packed up our stuff, but then I drove the family from Winona back to back home. It was a 3-hour drive.
Oh yeah.
After storm the day, and so I got home and I felt good about what I did out there and how I performed. I don't regret anything, but it really leaves that question mark still out there. Like I felt really good. What more could I do if I just?
What does it look like to do something for 24 hours? I'm really curious to see how my body reacts to that. Same. And and you look at like Jason Reeve, that dude's just getting faster, man. He did, he's it was so funny. It was like when I saw Jason, I was like, I gave him a big hug and I'm like, I actually haven't seen you in real life until like 3 years ago. I feel like I see you all the time because we connect all the time through texting or phone or Strava or something. But he's a stud, man. He did Zumbro, which is ridiculously hard. And what did he do? 30, 31, 32 hours. And then he got even faster. He did the stuffed turkey one. Now he's gotten even faster. I don't know if he's sub 30.
I think he was 27, 20. Yeah. Might have been 26, 50 something.
Yeah. He doesn't sleep a wink and he just goes. He's just so consistent. I'm like, wow, I don't think I won't get to that level, but I think I can do 100K in 24 hours. That's my goal. I think that's my realistic goal for me.
I think that's a solid goal.
Yep. Yeah. Heck, I'll be thrilled once I get past 50 miles. I mean, once I get past 32 miles, I'll be like, dude, it's all gravy from here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That'll be fun. So your fans is going to be your big one. What else? Anything? Storm the park. Anything else?
Park. Well, I still do my birthday run every year. This year is not necessarily a milestone birthday, but it's a good even number. It's 35, so I'll be 35 in June. So I'll be doing a 35-mile run.
That's actually an odd number.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna. I said it and then I went, oh crap.
What do you mean it's an odd number?
35 is an odd number, but it's an even break, Erik. Do you want me to?
It's halfway in between 30 and 40, I guess.
He couldn't pass up the
it is an odd number. Thank you. Is it a prime number? No, it's not a prime number. No, it's divisible by more than itself.
It's a nice round number.
It's a nice round number.
Clean number.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'll be doing that. I don't know where just yet, but that's the plan. And then kind of after the end of June, I'm kind of taking the end of the year off of racing. Yeah, just with now Roy he's going to be in first grade, presumably at that time next fall.
Yeah,
it's just wild.
That'll be his first. Yeah.
And so I'm going to do fans the beginning of summer and then take the summer off of racing because as we've discussed on here, racing in the summer in Minnesota is brutal.
No bueno.
I love running in the winter. Unlike Erik, I actually do really enjoy running in the snow and in the winter. And if I see a blizzard warning or a winter storm warning, I try to time my runs for that. I actually didn't know it was going to snow last night. That's kind of why my run got a little out of hand, as I posted on Strava. I was just going to go out and do like a 5K, and then I ended up doing 7 miles. So
yeah, awesome. Well, like I said, my plan is I think I'm kind of like Erik. I've got some piece or two I got to fill in. I'm doing the Storm of the Park. We're doing that together, and we'll get back to that in a second. Mandy and I were talking, and maybe we already talked about this, but I've got a plan for that. With Storm of the Park, here's the thing. I might do Zumbro, guys, which is like a week or two before Storm of the Park. Just one loop, just 17 miles. Because you get like all day to do that, basically. All the cutoffs are like 7 p.m. So you basically get all day to do the one loop. Mm-hmm. So even if my leg blows up, I'll be fine. Here's the reason why. It qualifies me, Erik, for that stupid Lavaredo race. And each year...
So does Wild Duluth.
What's that?
So does Wild Duluth. You get UTMB stones from Wild Duluth. Oh, my God.
Really? Do they have a shorter distance up there?
No, it's either the 50 or the 100K. But you'll be a 100K expert by then, so...
Yeah, right. So, well, I might do Zumbro just to get me a qualifying race for that stupid Lavaredo race. Because each year you apply, you get... your chances increase. You get, like, more tickets. My dog is barking in her sleep, having a dream. It's okay.
She's like, oh, who, me?
Who, me? Sorry. So doing that, Storm of the Park... I might need to find something. Well, no, I don't. Nope. Storm of the Park, and then the focus is the 24-hour race, fans. That's my big race. Actually, and before that, you know what my warm-up, my training for that is? Pacing Ben Mead at Cocodona. Oh. That's in May. But it's perfect because it's going to be a lot of walking, a lot of hiking. I think that's going to be perfect preparation for me to do the 24-hour. Once I do that 24-hour in June, then I'm off. I am not racing anything in July or August. I might volunteer at Afton. And then, it's back to Mammoth. Going back to Cali. And I said this in my speech on Thursday night, and I better stick to it. I'm signing up for all 3 races. I'm getting there, and I'm going to do the frickin' Dragon's Back Ascent. And then I'm going to try to get that 50K done. Julie Anding, who I interviewed, she actually got into the Javelina 100K race, and her coach doesn't want her to do the Mammoth race before that. And so she's not going to race it, but she's going to come out there and volunteer. And her partner, Bryant, she said, we're getting you up, Mammoth. She's like, I'm coming out there just to volunteer and to get you up and over that mountain for cutoff. So I'm like, oh, my God. I got chills. I'm like, yes, thank you. So I'm going to do the 50K. My wife, Erin, her plan is to sign up for the 26K. So I'm signing up for all 3 races. If the 50K goes to shit and I have to pull the plug, then I will do the 26K with Erin the next day. And if the 50K goes great, I'll still try to do the 26K with Erin the next day and see how far I can get. But that's the plan. We're going out there for the whole week and... do that. And then after that, I come up and help Erik with Wild Duluth. God, I wish they had like a 25K or something that I could do up there and then
they have a half.
They have a half and a 10K the day after.
The day after?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
The big races are on Saturday, and then the little races, well, they're not little, but you know what I mean? The shorter races aren't.
That's a tough.
Does the half marathon get you any stones for like the 50K of UTMB, I wonder? Because like that Afton we did, Eric, it was only a 25K, but it allows you to qualify for the 50K races at UTMB. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Whatever. So that might be the only other thing I would maybe think, unless something crazy in the fall pops up, that I'm like, yeah, let's do that. But that's my plan. Nothing.
You could run Wild Duluth with me, and then we could run CCC the following year. Yeah, because we'd get qualified for CCC, I think.
Don't you have to run it in a certain speed or time to get qualified, or no?
No, you just have to finish before cutoff.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I ran like a 9:45 and I got stones.
What is the cutoff for Wild Duluth?
It's big. It's 16 hours.
Mm-hmm. What?
Because it's based off the 100K cutoff. They cut them both off at the same time. That's why that was my first 50K. It's pretty forgiving. I mean, the course isn't that forgiving, but the time cutoffs are.
What? And this? Yeah. Oh. Is it expensive?
And you get to be on the Superior Hiking Trail. Yeah. I think it's like right around $100.
That's it?
Maybe a tish over. Yeah.
It's like I think it's like $135.
Well, I have my receipt. Let me pull it up.
If you wait until after a certain time, it's like $160.
It goes up.
Yeah. It's not much though, as far as 50K.
I paid $103. I paid $103.44.
Okay. Okay.
So it's pretty reasonable if you think about all the permitting and aid stations they have to set up.
You know what the only problem is, Eric? Wild Duluth is after the draw for Lavaredo. So you won't get that until the next. Your UTMB, whatever stones or points, won't qualify till the next year. That's the only. But I mean,
I might still have them though, because don't stones last for 2 years?
I don't. Yeah. It's a great question. I have no idea how that works.
I think my old Wild Duluth stones still carry over one more year. Plus, I got some more at Afton.
Got it. And that's no reason to do or not do a race. Anyways, that's just like whatever. But I'm intrigued now. Maybe I will go up there and do either that. That's a great amount of cutoff to get a 50K done. We'll see how my mammoth goes. I'll be essentially doing 75. I'll be doing 80K over the weekend if everything came to fruition. That's a lot of mileage.
And Wild Duluth is surprisingly runnable.
Okay.
If like Mario and I, when the year that Mario stayed with me through like mile 10 or whatever, we took it easy, but we ran most of it.
Yeah.
Because I was way under an 8-hour 50K at like 10 miles, and I would have been fine, except for that my knee I couldn't go downhill. And like Mario said, nothing's a huge climb, but it's 200 to 300 foot climbs and descent. Like the second you hit the top of the climb, you're going right back down. But then they're mostly still runnable climbs and descents as long as you can descend.
Is that an out and back?
Nope.
Point to point.
You start at Jay Cook State Park and end in Bayfront Park like down by the canal of Duluth.
Got it. And they allow pacers?
Only in the 100K.
Only 100K. All right.
You basically run through the Bentleyville arches at the end there.
Okay.
Have you ever been to Bentleyville and Duluth?
Well, I'm putting it on the calendar, either, supporting you, crewing you, or we'll see. But, yeah, cool. That's your... Okay, Storm the Park. Did we talk about this? Because Mandy brought this up to me, and I'm like, did we talk about this last episode? When we go down there, we're doing the 15K, right? Easy peasy. Mm-hmm. When we're done, we are recording a pod episode. Can we do this?
I think we talked.
Did we talk about that?
I don't think we penciled it in, but I think we talked about doing one down there.
I will bring there's probably shelter down there.
We must.
I'm trying to think. Or I'll bring a tent or something. Let's do that. And even if Mario finishes before we do, Eric, he can wait for us. It's just not that, it's probably like one loop or whatever it is.
We could just do lapel mics while we run and just live podcast.
Oh, I think we'll get some. I'll get some stuff while we're running too. Either I'll transfer the audio from my. Actually, I got new audio for my GoPro that I tested out on Thursday night. I've got these little wireless mics that have windscreens and stuff.
Nice.
But I'm going to bring all the gear down there. We're going to do a pod episode and just talk about our day. Mandy and Bill are going to come on and be guests on the pod. And if we find other runners we want to have, bring them over and have them talk about their day. We're going to do a Storm of the Park pod episode. I'm not going to do a lot of filming. I'm going to do, but I think doing a pod would be awesome. You guys up for that?
Yeah, that may be me. I might have said something to Mandy at Storm the Day.
Okay. You caused this. But she mentioned it to me, and I'm like, oh, I love this idea. This is a great idea. We run the race, and then we sit down and do a pod.
100%. We might have talked about it on the podcast, but I may have also mentioned that would be a fun thing to do. And I think that sounds great.
Sound good, Erik?
I'm in.
Great. Well, I told Manny, I've got all the gear now to be portable. I've got the little portable recorder. I mean, I can shoot it for video. We can use whatever. We can use a phone. We can use the GoPro, whatever. So yeah, we're doing it. That's the plan. Let's hope it's not super shitty weather. Raining or snowing.
It's always my fear with those blizzard. April races.
Yeah. Well, we'll play it by ear, we'll play it by ear. Last year, Sumbro weather was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Yeah. I think the lesson I've learned from last year, every race that I wore a sleeve on my leg, even just a simple little compression sleeve, no blowing up knees. Every race I didn't, blew the knee up. So I blew up at Zumbro because I had nothing on. And it blew up when I tried to go 26 miles at Surf the Murph. Blew up. Right. So I'm like, nope. I ordered more compression sleeves and new knee bandage, actual knee supports, and that's what I'm just going to wear them all the time. I think the way my kneecap is, it just based upon what the doctor said, it slides around a lot. It's not really locked in the channels like it should be, and I think over time it causes those blood vessels to burst, just because of the way it's moving. I don't have any structural damage, but I think it just after a while on some of those, especially the descents. That's what does it. On those descents when you're just pounding on your knees and you're running. So that's my plan. No more not having a knee brace. I will always have a knee brace on and a sleeve. And that way if it blows up, I don't have to frickin' see it. So just don't see it. It's not there. One other thing I was going to talk to you guys about too, and I don't know if you guys have other topics you want to talk about, but I did the Trail Runner of the Year. I missed the last 2 and 1. Who won? Have you guys been paying attention to Free Trail's Trail Runner of the Year?
Yeah, it was Katie and Jim.
Oh, they won, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know who took second place. I actually only know that because I had a little treadmill run today. Oh, yeah. And so I watched the Free Trail interview with Katie and Jim.
Okay. Awesome. That makes total sense. We talked about this. Katie, totally deserving. I mean, she had a great year. Fantastic year. This year's going to be fun. Hard Rock. Come on.
Yeah, it was super interesting to, shameless plug for Free Trail, because that's what they need. Yes. They're both hurt.
Really?
So Katie had surgery.
Really?
After Worlds, and Jim got a PRP injection. Oh. And whatever. They talk about Hard Rock. I think Katie's going for it. Sounds like Jim wants to go back to UTMB this year.
Oh, okay.
And doesn't really want to chase a ticket. But then he's going back to the United States for a Hoka summit. And Dylan asked him how long he planned to be back there. Because Black Canyons is, a month away? Mm-hmm. And he kind of gave a sheepish grin and then talked about how he had to renovate his house in Flagstaff. So, I don't know.
All right.
But,
all right. Black Canyon's in January or February?
It's
you ran it last
first weekend of February.
You ran it last year. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I did see that about Katie. I saw her recent Instagram post that she's rehabbing and she was not having a good time. It was not going well.
Yeah.
What she said. What were you saying, Mario?
I said the mind games of Jim Walmsley. You know, asked if you're running a race, and he's like, I got to renovate my house. It's in that area.
Well, Dylan just asked him, like, oh, how long are you to be back in the United States? Because he's back in Uresh. And so he asked him, and Jim just kind of smirked. And he's like, well, after the summit, we had a leak in our Flagstaff house. We got it all dried out, but we got to change the carpet and fix a hole in the wall. Mm-hmm. And I'm like...
And maybe run Black Canyon.
Yeah.
While I'm there.
The start line's not that far away from Flagstaff.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, I really like... Jim Walmsley is so fun to follow. He's just such a great... He was always a great athlete. Now he's just this great character, too, with the things he says and how he approaches things. He's just fun to follow. Awesome.
He plays that role really well.
Yep. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I'm going to have to really watch Western States this year because now it's like Wes is in Western States. He won, you can buy lottery tickets. His wife and daughter bought him tickets. He got one. So he's running it, which is just awesome. The other guy I interviewed, Niraj, he's running it because he won the Golden Award. And then I know Dr. Tanya Olson, my last guest. She runs the Michigan Bluff aid station. And then my other guest, Julie, she helps out at one of the aid stations a little bit farther along. I got to get out there just for the weekend and volunteer, just go watch or hang out. It'll be fun. It's going to be a fun one this year. Killian's coming back, maybe? He's coming back, right? That's what I heard?
Yeah.
I did hear that.
Oh,
wow. And Seth is going to win it this year, so that'll be fun.
Oh, you think Seth's going to win? I want
him to.
All of my chips are in on Killian. If he's coming back, he's not coming back to come in third or second. He's coming back to win. I'm putting all my chips in. If Jim or Caleb is not there, I think Killian can get this. Oh, my dog.
I don't know. Will Murray, second at Black Canyon, smashed Javelina.
Yeah, he's good.
I think he's coming up. Hans finally got out of the Achilles Destroyers and is on Team Hoka. Yeah. So Hans Troyer's got a chance.
Yeah.
I think Seth is really good.
Yeah.
I don't know who else is coming back.
I don't know. I'll have to look.
I know David Roach is going to try and come back.
Yeah.
He might have some lessons figured out.
Yep. Sometimes that's how it is, with UTMB and Western States. It takes you a few times to figure it out, but he's certainly talented enough to win it. Can't tell if my dogs are getting restless and peeing over the house behind when I can't see them. I don't know what's going on back there, but what else, guys? What else you want to chat about? That's all I had written down.
I have 2 topics.
Yeah, we'll let Erik go first.
Okay.
So have you been following the Burrito League?
Yes.
Just barely. Tell me about it. Just catch me up to speed.
Remember the Strava Chipotle challenge
from last year? Jamil and who was the other?
Kevin Russ.
Yeah.
Had that awesome battle and captured all of our hearts and minds.
Yep.
So shortly after that, Jamil did a podcast with Finn on Single Track and kind of talked about this might be like this segment style competition might be the new backyard for the next 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Well, so he was gearing up for Chipotle Strava, and it never launched. So he's like, I got to do something. Okay. So he started one in Tempe on that same segment.
Okay.
And then there's just been buy-in throughout the country. So now like almost all the major cities kind of have something going on. I know there's a couple in Canada, there's one in Boston.
But what is
Boulder.
it? They're running the same segment that Chipotle was doing last year? Are they
for Tempe? They are.
Okay.
Andy Glaze is doing one in California in his hometown Redlands, and so they're kind of finding local burrito spots to like partner with.
Oh, okay.
And so Andy Glaze partnered with Oscars, so they're doing a little loop around the Oscars restaurant. And so it's all kind of up to whoever is in charge of that city.
But Chipotle's not sponsoring this. They're not giving away a year's supply of burritos, right?
No, whoever I don't know if Aravaipa is like the overall sponsor for it now or how it's working, but like seems like every city, the male and female winners get a year of free burritos.
Okay.
So 52 free burritos. It's like a $875 value or something.
Okay.
They're getting a year's worth of Mount to Coast shoes, which they delineate, like they call out as 4 pairs. And then whatever other sponsors they can drum up. Oh, and then most of the people hosting these are race directors.
Yeah.
So like in Tempe, you get maybe free entry into Cocodona.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Or
that's
like
massive.
A cash equivalent to go to Aravaipa races.
Okay. Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's fun. Is there one here in Minnesota in either?
Not that I've seen so far.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, that's fun. Is it Jamil and Kevin again competing there, or is it?
No, Jamil doesn't seem like he's been running out there that much based off the videos, but
all right.
It's cool. Yeah. Cool to see a new take on the sport.
Yeah, really. That's fun. That's a good idea. I did not do the Badwater 267 thing this month. I knew with work I wasn't going to be able to. It's over 8 miles a day. You can walk it. You can, if you do the bike, you get. Yeah, it is a lot. If you do the bike, you only get a third of your distance. So if you ride 10 miles, you get 3.3. I'm just like, it's not 8 miles a day is not going to happen. As soon as you miss a day, now you got to do 16 the next day. It starts adding up, and I'm like, I didn't get there last year. I did do, what did I end up doing? Like over 200 or 180 or something like that. I was like, that was pretty good. That was a good month, but it's not happening this year. So I already fucked up my 100-day challenge, so I don't know. I got some challenge days to make up already. So Erik, you said you had 2 things. What's your other thing?
Yeah, does Mario want to talk about a recent purchase?
Yeah, because I was going to say, I want to finish this off with Gear Talk talking about, he's moved his camera, folks. In the back, he's got a spotlight on him. There's like little twinkles coming off. I see some flames.
So
they are shiny and new. Tell us about your new purchase and what you think.
So I have been a very loyal Ultra shoe running shoe fan. I've worn those exclusively almost for the past like 7 or 8 years.
When did we start running together?
So 2018.
2018.
Or 2017.
And you had one pair of Under Armours, and then
I
you
did have
Ultras,
a pair of Under Armour. So yeah, it's been 7.
But for the most of it, it's been Ultra.
And I tried on a pair of the Mount to Coast shoes just because.
And you found them where?
I found them at TC Running Company.
This was news to me, folks. I didn't think you could find them at many stores, but TC Running.
I did. So I saw the T1 first, and so I tried on the T1 first.
That's the trail one, right?
Correct. Yep. And they had a half size too big for me. And so I put it on, and it just wasn't the right fit. So I tried on a couple other Ultras. I tried on the Experience Wild 2, the Timp 6, and the Olympus 6.
Yeah.
And then I thought I would just ask about the H1s because that's the one I wanted to try because right now I don't have a heavy trail designation or road because the roads the way they are, it's better. I've been wearing my trail shoes anyways, and I've been running outside every day. So it didn't really make sense for me to buy a road shoe. So I just thought I'd ask about the H1s, and they had a pair in my size and they brought them out, and I had the Experience Wild, which is what I was leaning towards because it's a lighter shoe than my Olympus 6 was. I had one of the Wild 2 on one foot and the H1 on the other, and I was really impressed with how it feels.
Yeah.
I like the adjustable straps or the adjustable laces. The bottom half is like a cinch, like an adjustable cinch. That's really... It's nice to be able to tighten it at first and then loosen it up as you go. Or just like last night, I just left it kind of. I felt like I was over tightening a little bit too much right away, just because I've never had a shoe with a pull string or a drawstring like that. But I really like them. I get it.
Yeah. How many miles you got on them?
20 so far. So and you guys were talking about streaks and training plans, and goals for the year. So my goal for the year is to run 1,400 miles. So I ran 1,200 this year. Last year in 2025. So to run 1,400 miles. But the other kind of piece of that is I'd like to run a 5K every day. So I don't know if anyone's picked up on that yet. No one's said anything in my Strava and comments or anything, but I've been running at least a 5K every day.
Well, now you've said it. Now we're going to hold you to it. So
yeah, I mean it's been fun. I've had some not so great weather, but you just kind of in preparation for fans, I'm not going fast. I say I go out and I run a 5K, and everyone thinks I'm running like a 23-minute sprint of a 5K. It's taking me 45 minutes. I'm walking for most of it. It's just I used to be really religious about getting my 10,000 steps a day. And even after a slow day of work, if I go out and I walk or run a 5K, I can usually get pretty close to 10,000. So that's kind of just been the standard. But I love the shoes.
All
very
right,
light.
Mario. My question to you're ultra, I'm topo. We like that wide toe box. Tell me about the fit on the Mount to Coast. Is it going to be comfortable for me?
Surprisingly,
is this going to work for me?
I do.
Really?
I think it's gonna. It has to do with that adjustable.
Yeah.
I should almost grab the pair, but it has to do with that bottom set of laces.
Go get the pair. Just stop. Go get it. We'll wait. Eric, how many miles do you have on yours now, Eric?
Between the two pairs, probably 200, 300.
Wow.
Because I have, they have two colorways out right now, and one's this white one that Mario has.
Yeah.
So
then there's a brownish one, and so I have the brown colorway for the treadmill.
So being able to keep this part loose.
Yep.
And then cinch up this part just at the top, or even just a little bit right here. That's
going to help with the toe box.
It really does. It really does.
Okay.
So I've run.
The toe box is pretty naturally wide. I mean, it's not ultra wide, but it's already wide, and then it has a pretty soft, forgiving material. It's good.
The other thing I really need is it's got to ventilate well.
It does.
It does.
So all of this material here, kind of right in here. I was wearing kind of funky colored socks the first day I got them, and I put them on, and I could kind of see I had a different color toe, on the sock, and you could see it through. So they do breathe really well, but I've been wearing them outside in the winter, and the only concern I have is that this material doesn't feel like it would perform well when it gets cold, but it actually holds up really well. I've been pretty surprised. But these have 20 miles on them, and I'd like to say I'm kind of rough on shoes, but
yeah,
I don't know. I really like them.
Okay, I'm
a fan.
I'm convinced. I got to get a pair of those.
The other thing is they have supercritical foam for a reasonable price. Usually that's going to be your super foam. That's going to put you in a $200 shoe or $195, and I think they're like $150, $160.
They're at if you're a TC Running Club member, I think they're $150 right now, but they're $160 is what they retail for.
Yeah,
which is very reasonable.
People are getting crazy mileage out of them. Your buddy Joe, uses them, and he just posted his with like 300 miles on them. He loves them. They're still good to go.
Yeah, he loves them. That's gonna be interesting. I'm so excited for him to do that that crazy Vol 500K race. I mean, I think he can do it. He's been commuting to work, working back every day. So it's like 2.5 miles there, 2.5 miles back, and then doing 8-10 mile runs on the weekend. He's averaging 50 miles a week right now. He's on pace to hit about 2,500 miles in a year. I think he can do this. I'm super stoked. Anyways. All right, Mount to Coast. H1s, right? Yeah, that'll be
exciting
fine for street or trail, right? H1s are good for street or trail.
Correct.
Yeah, it's their gravel shoe, they call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I'm excited for Mount to Coast in 2026. They're coming out with a slightly higher stack height shoe that is kind of the H1 version 2, but it's going to have Vibram or Vibram, however you want to say it, outsole, because I was talking to Mario about the H1s. That outsole on it's like kind of plasticky. Yeah. So I would worry about it on super technical terrain. Like I would like to wear it for Wild Duluth, but I don't know that I would unless it's super dry.
Okay.
And then if we want to get into shoe talk, the new Zagama comes out this year, but it'll be the first ACG version, which is kind of what Nike turned their trail into, like trail side into, is that all conditions gear.
Yeah.
Big sponsor, Free Trail. So, but I'm excited to see that because that's what I ran the original Wild Duluth in. So I would like to see this new version with a little bit more thought and development and pro feedback on it. Some exciting shoes.
I tried on last year a couple pairs of Zagamas out at TC Running, and I was just like, because of you, Eric, I tried them on. They were on clearance, and I was just like, no, this does not feel good on my foot. I'm glad you like them and they work for you. I'm like, with my foot, no, not going to work.
That's so funny because that might be my third race of the year. We should go back to the TC RC rally or whatever that is.
Rally when it was 89 degrees and 78% humidity. Let's do the sweat fest.
Yeah.
We should go back. I want redemption.
That was really fun.
You guys were pretty good. I was pretty slow. Mario was flying on his lap, and Eric, you flew too. You were booking on your lap, Eric.
I ran like a 30-minute 5K.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, dude. I mean, that's great. Anyways.
But remember they had the Nike trail booth out there?
Yeah.
They did.
And so that's where I tried the Zagamas, and I put them on, and I was like, this is it. Like, yeah, I could wear these all day.
I put them on, and I'm like, this is not it. This is so not it.
You can take these right back.
Yeah. Thanks, but no thanks. All right, guys. Anything else we want to chat about? This is great. Just to kind of catch up. We have good holidays. Everybody had.
Yeah.
Eric, first holiday with 2 young boys, and Roy had a good holiday too, I assume, Mario?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You guys going to the monster truck stuff? Is that coming up in January?
Monster Jam.
Yeah, I assume you guys
just bought our tickets last night. Okay. We weren't going to go this time, and then Jack saw a commercial.
Mario,
or
are you going
like,
to Monster Jam this year?
We are. We're actually going on Saturday this year instead of Sunday.
All right.
And then we got Roy's Christmas present was pit passes to go down and see the trucks. So that's why we're going on Saturday. So we're going to go see the trucks before they get all smashed up on Saturday. Because the pit pass on Sunday it's more geared towards kids, but the trucks usually have some type of damage on them. I think it'd be cooler for him to see them.
They look more like my left knee after 17 miles of Zumbro on Sunday.
Well, I think it was last year, one of the monster trucks, his name is Jester, and he had a big crash on Saturday night, and so when we went on Sunday, it was just a metal frame, and unless they showed it up on the big screen who was out there, you couldn't tell. They still do some really awesome stunts and stuff. It doesn't, for me, it doesn't take away, but Roy wants to see the truck as it is. So
there you go.
So yeah, we're going. My one last thing that I want to mention is I got one of my. So I always get Darn Tough socks for Christmas because that's the gear. We want to do any gear talk. That's my go-to only sock I wear. Is kind of like my ultra of socks. Till recently, I guess. But I got I have that Knox Gear vest that has the light up tubes on it. I got the chest light for it, so it's part of like the clip.
Nice.
Running at night with the chest lamp or chest mounted light, game changing. 100% better, more comfortable. I don't feel that that band on my forehead. Yeah. So any people that run at night or early in the morning, spend the money and get a Knox Gear vest or some type of vest with a chest mounted light, it's worth it.
I'm looking at
Or a
that.
treadmill.
I was actually looking at like the belt one, I think, from Ultraspire.
Yeah.
Because everybody says for like Cocodona with Ben, if I'm doing some night sections, everybody says you got to wear the belt thing. It just illuminates so much better than the one on your head. So I'll probably do that.
It's like the way that the light shines. It shines more out versus in a beam. Yeah.
Versus coming down. Yeah.
Big difference.
All right, guys. Erik.
Mario mentioned socks. I made a big sock change.
Oh, you did?
I used to be an Injinji guy, and I started running in features.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, I like
So
features. They're great.
Non-toe socks.
Belega and features are probably my favorite. Because of you, Mario, I went out and bought a pair of Darn Tough, and they're not darn comfortable for me. So I went back to my Belegas.
I need really thin socks. Like I always wear the ultra lightweight socks, and Feature has those.
Yep.
Darn Tough are great, but they're that wool.
They are.
So they're never going to be thin.
My problem with them is
And
they're
that's my
so
problem.
tight. They're like compression socks almost when I put them on. And I kept thinking, I
Just
kept
get
wearing
knee
them.
highs, and then you don't have to worry about your compression knee
Well,
brace.
there we go.
You can just pull it out.
Yeah.
I did get a pretty sweet pair of socks from Strava in the feed. Or maybe it's from the feed during that Strava.
Yeah.
It was a Strava challenge. And they are knee high. They go up to my knee. They go over my giant calves. And they say it doesn't count. If it's not on Strava, it doesn't count. So it says on the calf on the back. Next time we run, I'll have to wear those.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll let you go. Till next time. We need to, and that email you saw from me today, we need to get that together if you guys are up for it. If Kevin's up for it, I think that'd be really fun. I wanted to do a podcast with him to talk about his runs in all the states and his filming like I do. But that would be a great, like, bring you guys in for the second half of that. I can set it up where you guys, dial in after a certain amount of time. And then we just talk to him about, and this would be great for anybody doing a backyard ultra. I know we talked about it on one of our pods. You went into detail, but this would be really great with Kevin. He can ask questions and you guys can kind of go through what it's like to crew and run a backyard ultra. Because I think Jason Reeve is doing one this year too. So I think that'll be fun. Cool. We have like our next 3 pods already all ready to go. We'll do that one, probably another one, and then we'll be at Storm of the Park. There we go.
I'm excited for Storm of the Park.
I am too. Let's go. I like that we are only doing 1 lap. This makes me feel more comfortable.
So I barely ran before the Twin Cities 10 miler, and then I was like, okay, I'll get back on it.
Yeah.
And then we've had a pretty snowy winter for those of the listeners that are not in Minnesota.
Yep.
And it's like, I slipped on the ice one year when I was like running.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is not really worth the risk, but I also don't want to go train for 20 miles on the treadmill. So that's why I was like, hey, what if we just back this down to 9 miles?
No, I think it's the right choice. That way we are, we can do the pod, we can hang out, we can relax and still get home to our homes, at a decent time. So I like it. Okay, guys. Erik, hearts with you. Sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry about Hoka. TT. But, hey, if you want a foster dog, there's one probably sitting behind me right now.
One's available.
Just let me know. One's available.
Is the foster also a cocker?
She is. We think she's more, might have some, maybe more of an English cocker. She's a little bit taller and lankier than the regular cockers, so.
I had a red cocker growing up. She was like the prettiest dog in the world.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. They're good snugglers too, so.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I am going to actually go down to the treadmill and get some work in. Are you guys going up for runs, or you already do your runs today?
I already ran.
Erik already ran. I'll do my run tonight. I have time after everyone goes to bed. Usually between 9 and 10 I'll start my run. It'll start out as a 5K. And we'll just see where it goes.
It damn well better be a 5K, Mario.
He's going to start shaming you on Strava.
You've announced that shit now. It's out there for the universe, all 57 of our listeners to hear. So we're going to hold you to it.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Nice to chat. We'll chat again soon. Take care.
Thank you.
It's
It's always the best time chatting with the guys, and I hope you all enjoy listening to the banter. I'm coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Running Behind, and I want to let you know some things I have in store for season 2. Of course, the boys will be back, including maybe some on-location episodes. I also already have a handful of amazing guests and topics planned, and who knows, I might even be showing up at the biggest race in the history of races, and we'll have episodes dedicated to that. I just want to say thank you for listening to me. And if you've not yet, please do help me grow the pod by sharing it or leaving a rating, review, or comment. Until next time, cheers and take care. Stay strong, stay together, take it one step at a time. We will get there.